Hello, I am Garrett Godfrey, and welcome to the Crowdfunding Christian Music Podcast, where I will help you find and fund the music you love. This is episode 33, recorded Tuesday, October 6th. We are going to be looking at some current campaigns by DeWitt, Jenna Kuykendall, the Innocence Mission, Sherwood, Arise Awake, Bride, and Fallstar. I really hope you enjoy the show and you find something you can fund. So, before we get into the campaigns, I'd been offline for like a month now. Yikes. I'd gotten hardcore into study mode for work, and that's all taken care of now. And then I just really enjoyed some time with my family after that, so now I'm back. I've got lots more to cover in the next couple weeks because the campaigns just kept coming. For this episode, though, keep in mind, we've got the timestamps for the specific campaigns in the show notes. The links to the campaigns will be in the show notes. And if you back any of the campaigns, or if you just want to help folks get the word out, be sure to tweet about it, post it on Facebook, and mention it to your friends in real life. You might want to tell them about the show, too. If you send me feedback, you can do it by emailing me, feedback@crowdfundingchristianmusic.com, or use Twitter. I'm at @theotherccm. So there you go. On to the campaigns. First up is DeWitt out of Atlanta, Georgia, with a Kickstarter campaign to raise funds for a new third album titled Gold Lines. And this is going to be a concept album. It's all recorded and mixed, but this money would go to mastering and artwork. He describes it as if the theatricality and expanse of Pink Floyd met up with the grit and groove of Funkadelic at a party DJ'd by Caribou. I'm not quite sure I envision what that would sound like just from the description, so he's actually included a sample on his page. Let's play a bit of it and you can see for yourself.
Cast my shame upon the ground. Helpless, not a hero to be found. Helpless to leave, helpless for you.
Now he also has his earlier work over at Bandcamp, so you can do the free streaming on the website, see what his other stuff sounds like, maybe pick up some of that. But this definitely has a little bit more groove than the other stuff. The other stuff was a little bit more acoustic, singer-songwriter. So I'm interested in seeing what the concept is about this. Now the campaign goal for this was $500, and he's already met that. And he still has another week left. This campaign doesn't close until October 14th. Now for $10 you get an early digital copy of the album. For $25 you get that, and you get the written explanation of what's going on in the story, inspirations behind the songs, and all kinds of other stuff. So be sure to check it out. The links will be in the show notes. Next up is Jenna Kuykendall, another singer-songwriter out of Atlanta, Georgia. Now she's been putting out kids albums and some singles, but now she's ready to do a full-length album of 10 original songs. Now the new album is going to be called Restored, and let's hear her talk a little bit about it on her Kickstarter campaign video.
Journey began 6 years ago. I started writing music for a women's Bible study at an awesome church in Houston, Texas, and thankfully they didn't throw rotten tomatoes at me. I started writing for kids programs and sermon series, and I was hooked. I've been singing since I was a little girl, and I always wanted to write music, but I never thought I could. But once I was brave enough to start, I haven't been able to stop. For me, songwriting became the lens through which I processed life. Life's uncertainties and joys, relationships, parenting, and most of all, my faith. So here we are 6 years later, and I have 10 songs on my heart that I would love to share with you. We've already recorded 4, and I need your help to bring the last 6 to life. So check out all the ways you can get involved here on my Kickstarter page. Any amount helps, and I'm so grateful for all the ways you have encouraged and supported me these last 6 years. My prayer is that God would use these songs to continue to write His story of restoration in your life. Thank you so much.
Now, she didn't have any samples of her music on her campaign page, but when I messaged her on, well, let me back up and say, if you're on a campaign like this and you realize, hey, I'd like to hear your music and I don't see a link, there's a contact me button. Use it. The artist is going to be really excited that somebody's engaging with them and interested in their stuff, and usually I get really quick response, and sure enough I did with her as well. She said, I've got my stuff on iTunes and you can play samples from any of those in iTunes. Sure enough, just like that, here we go. So we're going to take a listen to a sample of the song You Restore My Soul from Jenna Kuykendall through iTunes. Here we go.
You restore my soul, you make me whole again. I am found in you, you lead me on the paths of righteousness. All for your sake, even though I walk through the valley of death's door, I won't be afraid, for your hand is there to comfort and restore.
Now her campaign goal for this project is $15,000, and she's almost to $12,000 with another week to go. This campaign closes October 14th. For $10, you get a digital download of the album. For $25, a signed CD and a download. For $50, you also get a handwritten note from her and more. So be sure to check out the link in the show notes and check out the campaign. Next up are the Innocence Mission, a husband and wife duo out of Lancaster, Pennsylvania, with a Bandcamp pre-order for a new album to be titled Hello, I Feel the Same. The album will be out on October 17th, but here's a chance to get a couple tracks early and support the band. If you've never heard their stuff, you really owe it to yourself to hit up their Bandcamp page and start checking out the rich history of music going all the way back to 1989. I'm a huge fan of the Innocence Mission with their dreamy sound and their whispery vocals. Now, there are a couple things I'm going to back up and tell you about Bandcamp, which is where they're pre-selling. When you buy digital music from Bandcamp, the band makes a better cut of the money than when you buy the same album from iTunes. And when you buy it from Bandcamp, you can download it in FLAC, which is a very high-quality lossless format, and on multiple variations of MP3. And they know everything you purchased from Bandcamp, and they give you unlimited streaming of your entire collection on a smartphone or tablet using the free Bandcamp app. And Bandcamp allows bands to sell physical media through their site too. So that's my little blurb about Bandcamp. So back to Innocence Mission and this pre-order campaign. I want to play some of the title track, Hello, I Feel the Same, from the Innocence Mission's website so you can hear what it's like. Here we go. There it is.
Sometimes I would be invisible too, running beneath trees. Hang on, hang on, hang on, I'll wait for you. Hello, 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 I feel the same. Yes, to the color green, and the field of bright, and the thousand birds, and the lifting and hang on, hang on, hang on, I'll wait for you. Hello, 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 I feel the same.
So for $10, you can pre-order the digital album itself and get 2 tracks immediately and the rest when it's released on October 17th. For $15, you can order the CD and get 2 early tracks and the download as soon as it comes out. Now, if you really only want the CD, you'll never want the downloads or the streaming, you can buy that for $12.99. Or for $20, you can get the album in translucent green vinyl and the 2 early tracks and the download. And if you're a fan of vinyl, you're probably already aware that the delay for getting a record made is really long. So even though the project comes out October 17th, they're expecting to actually ship the records at the end of 2015 for vinyl. The CDs they're talking about shipping on the 16th of October. So be sure to check out the links in the show notes for the Innocence mission. And again, if you haven't heard their stuff before, you really owe it to yourself to check them out. Next up are Sherwood, an upbeat indie pop rock band that broke up back in 2012 after being together for 10 years. Well, as they say, they're getting the band back together. And they're working on their 4th full-length album. Thanks go out to Jesus Freak Hideout website and the Bad Christian podcast for mentioning this campaign. They've got a very clever Back to the Future themed Indiegogo video and campaign page, plus all their older music that they put out all those years is over at Bandcamp for Name Your Price. And that price can be $0 and you can download it free, or whatever amount of money you throw beyond $0, then that counts as a purchase. And that whole Bandcamp streaming all your stuff in their app, that all counts. So let's take a listen to some of their music from their Bandcamp page. Here we go.
I know exactly where you are, so I don't strain to see your light shine in the dark. But I didn't know the winter cold would leave us moving so slow. Will summer bring the feeling back to our toe? Until it does, can I just make it through? Cause I don't know where I've gone wrong, and I can't find where I belong without you.
So it's got that Beach Boys sort of vibe to it, and that's definitely an influence of theirs. Anyway, so the campaign was targeting $20,000. They've already exceeded it by over $5,000, and they still have another week and a half to go. This campaign closes October 10th. So for $10, you get the digital download of the album 2 weeks before it releases to the public. For $25, you also get the immediate download of the full album and an immediate download of a full album of mostly unreleased acoustic songs and a full album of rare unreleased full band songs and then the copy of the new project on CD. So $10 digital download of the new album 2 weeks early, $25 full album of unreleased acoustic, full album of rare unreleased full band, and the new project on CD. Or for $40, you get all of that digital stuff and the new album on 180 gram vinyl instead of a CD. If it's $55 for reward level, you get that vinyl in a limited colored version, and then there are all kinds of other rewards. So be sure to check out the link in the show notes for the Sherwood campaign. Next up are Arise Awake out of North Carolina with a Kickstarter campaign for a 10-song album of American folk jazz to be titled Oceans Within. Let's take a little bit, listen to a little bit of a recording of one of their shows last year. I'm going to play the beginning when they talk about their name, and then I'm going to skip to where some of the sound quality is a little bit better in the recording.
I think I was in the doctor's office one time when my daughter was getting some shots, and there was a pamphlet from the church, and it had a paraphrased version of Jesus' interaction with Lazarus in the Bible. And he went there and he said, "Arise, awake, walk, Lazarus toward me." That phrase stuck with me for a while. It certainly speaks to me in my life, but at one point in time I was in my own tomb. I put myself in some darkness, and Jesus walked up to me in my life at that time period and said, "Arise, awake, walk toward me." You know, I have the honor to play with very good friends, Chris on bass guitar, and Big Aldrich on drums. This is probably the oldest song that we played. It was written right at the time, right after I got saved. It's the first time in a long time I could look out a window and see the sunlight. I could feel what it was like to be alive again. Losing the battle, waiting for the sun to rise. My mind is messed up, enough is enough. Waiting for the sun to rise. Broken and battered, beaten and shattered. Waiting for the sun to rise. Taking the blows right on the nose. Waiting for the sun to rise.
So I've also included a link to the Reverb Nation page for the vocalist James Orr, so that'll be in the show notes as well. You can check out what his stuff sounds like. So here's the deal with this campaign. They don't really have all the different backer levels predefined. You just click back this project and you put in whatever amount you're willing to pitch in. They've said that a copy of the album will be sent to everyone who contributes any amount. So be sure to check it out in the show notes and see what you think. Next up are Bride, a Christian metal band from the 80s formed in Kentucky by brothers Dale and Troy Thompson. Now they went through several incarnations of their sound, from full-on metal to more of a Guns N' Roses sound, to an alternative-ish sound, to even new metal and rapcore. And a couple years ago, it was announced that after 30 years, the band was done. But a group called Blast Zone Entertainment has obtained the rights to release the entire Bride catalog on vinyl, and is starting with the first 3 titles: Show No Mercy, and Live to Die, and Silence is Madness. Now, these had been reissued and re-released back in 2011 on CD by Retroactive Records, but I think these ones will be based on the original masters. Each album has its own separate Indiegogo campaign with a goal of $2,500, but these are flexible funding, which means that even if they don't reach their goal, they can still collect the pledge and finish out the project. But you only have until October 20th to do the pre-order through Indiegogo, and then the campaign closes. So for each of these, $20 gets you the record on mixed colored vinyl and U.S. delivery. The $30 pledge gets you the mixed vinyl with international delivery. For $35, you can get the record and a t-shirt. Throw in $10 more for international delivery. If you're crazy and have the I have to have it all sort of approach to vinyl, for $90 you can get 5 copies of each record. I'm sorry, for $90 you would get 5 copies of a record on mixed colored vinyl, because all the colors are different. So you would kind of choose whether it's Show No Mercy or Live to Die or Silence is Madness, or throw in for all 3. So be sure to check it out. Links to all 3 campaigns are in the show notes. Next up is Fallstar. Now I want to give a shout out to the user Jeremy Jacobs Nerd over at the IndieVision Music Forums for mentioning the Fallstar Kickstarter campaign. Fallstar are a Christian metalcore band out of Portland, Oregon, and they've been around since 2007. Now in that time they've released an EP and a couple albums, and in the past 2 years they've written 40 new songs. Now they've narrowed them down to 14 and recorded them for a new full-length album to be titled Future Golden Age. But they're looking for some money to raise to get it mixed and get artwork and get the CDs pressed, all that stuff. So this campaign goal is $5,500, and they're at $4,000 now with 2 weeks left to go. This campaign closes October 22nd. They've actually got a few clips of the new album on their campaign page, so let's take a listen to a little bit of it.
Yeah, we're back again. Glass hands up, we show to win. The hypocrisy of a culturist. We're just saying blood and I'm off the red. Why just kidding? Sit around, can't attack again. Look at my eyes. He's faking when I can't trust my life. We can't.
So for this campaign, for $6, you get a digital copy of the new album on release day. For $10, you get it 2 weeks early. For $15, you get a CD and a sticker, and then there are more reward levels available as well. So be sure to check it out. The links are in the show notes. And normally, I like to take a look back at a campaign that's closed and provide an update, but we just covered 7 campaigns tonight, so we're going to catch updates at another time pretty soon. I will give you a teaser though. In the next episode or 2, we're going to cover new campaigns by the 77s, The Rocket Summer, Seeker and Servant, Decipher Down, and many more. And if you like the theme song at the beginning of the show, it's Hypostatic Union by the X Structure out of South Africa, and all their music is Name Your Price over at Bandcamp right now, so be sure to check them out. That's it for this week, but keep coming back. There will be more campaigns to cover soon. In the meantime, you can email me, feedback at crowdfundingchristianmusic.com, message me on Twitter at TheOtherCCM, or if you go to the website, crowdfundingchristianmusic.com, there's a submission form at the top, and you can let me know about campaigns I should be covering, or give me any feedback about the show, the website, anything you like. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.